Just yesterday, someone had recommended to check out an old open source project that I had covered on this channel a long time ago, and surprisingly, they have kept building silently. It's a project that's called GPT Computer Assistant, also known as GCA. It's an open source AI agent framework designed to make computer use across Windows, Mac OS, as well as Ubuntu. GCA enables you to replace repetitive, small logic-based task workers to an AI. Essentially, you can automate various computer-based tasks with it. Since our last video on it, it was quite powerful, where you had the ability to chat with GCA, have it be a live screen assistant that can view your screen and execute commands for you by controlling your computer. But now it's significantly improved with a sleek new GUI, the ability to screenshot and cache your display for future references. There's a microphone and system audio support for voice commands, as well as text-based instructions. GCA also integrates with Crew AI, adding advanced features like search, documentation, and so much more. But on top of all this, GCA has the ability to use computer use as well as model context protocol. Both are from Anthropic. Computer use is a new feature that was released from Anthropic quite recently, but it essentially lets Anthropic's Claude 3.5 Sonnet control your computer based off of your inputs. What Model Context Protocol means is that it's an open standard that connects AI systems to diverse data sources and enables seamless, scalable, and context-aware integrations across tools and environments, which is also developed by Anthropic. You also have the ability to Dockerize GCA, which is also a really nice new feature. But now let's take a look at this demo, which showcases the GPT Computer Assistant within the playground that you can access completely for free on the web. So let's go ahead and test this out. Let's first open News Y Combinator so we can go ahead and send in this request within the chat panel, and we can see right away the browser or the cursor is looking to click on the web browser, and you can see right away it has opened up the newsycombinator.com link that we had requested to do. So now I'm going to go ahead and have it create a file named Y Combinator, and I'm going to request it to create it on the desktop. Create it on the desktop, and we can go ahead and send this in. And within a couple of seconds, we should have it execute this command by creating a file named Y Combinator. Now, what's cool with this is that you have the ability to have it so that this overall GCA assistant can scrape websites and can even have it so that it could place it into your local directory. So in this case, I can have it so that it could scrape the contents of this website and then paste it within the file that I had it requested to create. So I asked it to close the browser and show me the file by opening it up, and we can see over here that it had created the file for me and it is going ahead and executing the command that I requested. So you can get a good grasp as to what you can do with GCA. This is just an online visual demonstration of what the GPT Computer Assistant is capable of doing. We haven't even looked at the voice commands as well as the other sorts of commands that you can have if you are to locally install this. So how does this work? Well, GCA basically is a Python-based AI framework. It is something that is going to be compatible with various operating systems, and it's something that's going to be designed to help you both with routine and advanced tasks. You have the ability to integrate your own modules with external tools like Model Context Protocol. You also have GCA having the ability to mimic human actions like creating, clicking, reading, scrolling, and even typing. It also excels in advanced tasks, so that is also really cool. You can update the possibility to have it have instant project dependency updates, rapid database analysis, and even automating complex processes like cloud security configurations, which is a really cool feature that you get with GCA. So how do you get started? Well, you need to make sure that you have the prerequisites fulfilled. Make sure that you have Git installed. This is going to help us clone the repository onto our local desktop. Make sure you have Python installed, which is the base structure or the programming language used for this project. And you need to also make sure that you have Docker installed. Now, I'll leave all of these links in the description below, as well as all the other links that I use in today's video there. But now what you need to understand is that if you are going to be getting started with GCA, you need to understand that there's a couple of different ways to install this. There's a self-hosted GCA server that you can install with Docker, as well as for Windows, you can just simply go ahead and install it by going ahead and installing the base packages. But with Docker, it's super simple. If you're on Ubuntu or macOS, what you can do is simply open up Docker. Once you have this opened up, you can then start pulling the image by going into the GitHub repository and pasting this into your command prompt. Once that is done, you can then start the container with the following command. And you can do this with Ubuntu as well as with macOS. And you can configure the LM settings with the preset over here. But in this case, what we're going to be doing is locally installing this. You also have the ability to use gca.dev cloud, and you can install this and run this from your local instance as well. But now what we're going to be doing is installing this for Windows. So go ahead and click on this green button and click on copy to clipboard. Now scroll back down and head over to the section that says local installation if you're on Windows. Now go ahead and open up command prompt. Once that is done, type in git clone and paste in the link and click enter. Once that's finished cloning, what you can do is head over to the GPT Computer Assistant folder or directory by simply typing in cd GPT-computer assistant and then click enter. Next, what you can do is go ahead and copy the install command, but get rid of the apostrophe, and you can go back into your command prompt and click enter. Now, once you have done so, you should be able to install it. Now you can see I didn't get rid of it initially, and which is why I got this error. But now we're going to go ahead and install the dependencies. Once that is done, you got to do the exact same thing as the second command, which is pip install GPT Computer Assistant API. So do the exact same thing that we did by getting rid of the apostrophe. And like we did with the first command, go ahead and paste in the second command, and we're going to now install the necessary requirements. Now, what you're going to need to do is set the configurations for your API key as well as the model of your choice. So what we can do is open up an IDE. In this case, I'm going to use Visual Studio Code. Once I have opened this up, what we can do is we can go ahead and click on a new window and then go and open up the folder that we just cloned for GCA. Once you have found it, go ahead and open it up. And now what you want to do is go ahead and click on creating a new file. This is where we're going to name it run_gca.py. And now what we can do is we can head over to this file, and then we can go ahead and copy the following. So we can copy this code that we see within the GitHub repository, paste this in, and then what we will need to do is go ahead and paste in our API key. Now, just an FYI, you will need to provide an OpenAI as well as an Anthropic API key. The reason why you need to provide both is because you need to use Anthropic's API key to use computer use. If you do not want this function, you can obviously just get rid of it, but I highly recommend that you provide both so you get the best functionality of GCA. Now, once you have done so, edited the API keys, go ahead and click file and click on save. And then what you can do is head over to the run.py file and click on the play button, and this will start this up within a couple seconds. You should see it pop up over here, and there we go. This is your GPT Computer Assistant that will allow you to type over here and as well as taking screenshots. I simply click on this button, you have the microphone, and then you also have the ability to set your API keys by going over to LM settings and then pasting your key. So in this case, since we have already pasted in our key from the run_gsc Python file, we should have it shown over here. With the integration with MCP, you can add your own custom server or add something from online. Now, I'll leave a GitHub repository in the description below, which will showcase how you can easily add MCPs. You also have the ability to add a couple of different predefined agents with the help of Crew AI. So if you want to add your own, there is a directory that showcases how you can do so. But that's basically it for today's video on GCA. This is a highly capable system that has the ability to take various sorts of multimodal inputs, and it has the ability to even control your computer. I highly recommend that you try this out, and I'll leave everything in the description below so that you can easily get started. But with that thought, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you take a look at the Patreon so that you can access our private subscriptions to AI tools. Follow me on Twitter, a great way for you to stay up to date with the latest AI news. And lastly, make sure you guys subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like this video, and please take a look at our previous videos because there's a lot of content that you'll benefit from. But with that thought, guys, have an amazing day, spread positivity, and I'll see you guys fairly shortly. Peace out, fellas.